Welcome, everybody. Episode 19 of Talking Back Sunday. We have a very special
19.
guest. We got Creech from Rebelmatic here, the lead singer.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Are you so excited to be here with us?
I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
Well, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm living it up over here.
Yeah, look at John.
Oh yeah, John, you got a very festive background there.
John,
Yeah,
are you staying warm by the fire?
I sure am, and I've got stockings hung by the chimney with care and everything.
Nice.
Lucky duck.
Oh yeah, it's Christmas here. Christmas every day at the Nolan house.
That's great.
As
What do
it
you
should be.
What are you sipping on?
I got some iced coffee.
Cool.
Trying to counteract the hot. The fire's actually a little too hot.
Cool. So you guys, Mark and Creech, so you guys got to experience an actual show with people holding instruments the other day.
Absolutely.
I saw it online.
Yeah.
It looked awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
So-
What?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. We played Sunday. Sunday, Mark played with us, filled in for our drummer Ramsey. It was really cool. That was actually like the 11th one we've done, though. We've done 11
Wow.
pop-up shows for the last almost 3 months. We've been playing out in the street.
That's amazing. That's all in Bushwick?
All in Bushwick. Well, we did 11 in Bushwick, and then we did one in Tompkins Square Park with this cat from Leftover Cracks. So yeah.
Yes.
It was, Yeah. So we did 12. We did 12 all together, but 11 in Bushwick. Yeah.
That's awesome,
Wow.
man.
Yo,
Yeah,
these shows are
jealous.
really, really fun, and just like the camaraderie and the love, and it's just it's a special thing. And I'm not like the shows that I went to. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, man, I wish the dudes were here so we could just hop on and fucking play a short set, because you guys would really enjoy it. It would be really fun. But
Yeah.
another time.
Appreciate. Yeah, absolutely. It's fun. It brings some normalcy back to, like, we're all like suspended, and in a world where we used to playing a lot and now we're not playing. So to be able to play, weekly for a while is a great thing. We're very appreciative of it.
Yeah, your record came out in August. I imagine you guys had a bunch of shows lined up and tours and stuff. Like, what went on with that? Like, so it came out on Mark's label. Mark produced the record, right, with you guys?
Yes.
And it came out in August. It sounds amazing.
Thank you.
And yeah, like just sonically, it seems like an evolution from what you guys have done before. It seems
Absolutely.
It seems very potent. It seems like you guys were able to like whittle down ideas, like from maybe being a little bit more experimental, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, being a little more experimental on the earlier records, and then like this seems like a really finished thought, like from start to finish.
Yeah, I think, we're playing with the same unit more, playing together longer, and just seeing what works for us. You see what works for you. You just kind of like Mark helping bring out the ideas we already have. And it's kind of just more refined of things we've been doing already. But I think it's the best project we've done so far. Absolutely.
And also we have to mention Mike Pepe mixed it and made it sound. Yeah.
Mike Pepe
I was
did
like,
an
man,
incredible job.
I was like, yo, guys,
Yeah.
I have a friend, and I think that he should mix it because he'll make it sound really good. And he did.
Mike,
Yeah.
he's incredible. You guys are
Turns
sounding
out-
amazing.
He did.
Absolutely. So yeah, it came out August 28th on Mark's label. Obviously everything was, shows, everything that would have happened didn't happen. And we just decided to start, we invested some money in some, like generator and some equipment to play out in the street, and just took some initiative. So that's what we started doing.
That's what you got here. And so much of your sound, like if people don't know already, is New York hardcore, like 80s, 90s, CBGBs, and it's awesome.
That's what I love about it.
But with like a modern twist, it's your own thing, and it's in this moment too, as much as like I hear the influence, but I hear something else that's separate that brings it to now. And like, okay, so the single is "Insult to Injury," right? Which
Right,
you filmed the
first one.
video.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the lyrical content is so prescient, and so what's happening now in the video too. You know, speaks about so much race relations and things like that. And I just thought it was awesome that you guys have been doing this for so long too. So it's really cool mixing of what's going on now plus the past.
It's the timing, man. Like, I mean, the record's been done. You know what I mean? Everything, like, we didn't write this stuff during the pandemic. We had it done already, and it kind of lined up to what's been going on, the social unrest and everything else. So it's very timely. So we were
Absolutely.
very fortunate that it's a timely record, and then unfortunately we're not able to, play the world with it, but we still be able to play and get it out to the people. So it's cool. Very grateful. Very grateful.
I can't wait till that happens for you guys. I know that it's going to be a special thing when you're going to be able to go out and tour and do all that.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we're looking forward to it, and I think for everyone, it's like, it makes people appreciate music more. Not being able to play out fully, and of us even playing a little bit. We didn't play for 4 months before we started playing out. And we're like, damn, wow, this is crazy. And then started rehearsing again, and then started playing out. But yeah, I'm super excited, man. Super excited to play out, and just hopefully everyone, keep people safe. That's the most important thing. People be safe. We've been making sure that people social distance when we do the shows, and people are masked up, and it's a very good sense of community. But we want to bring it to the world, like everybody, like you guys. I know itching to get back on the road or start a new record or something. So it's like the world's on a standstill for a second, but I'm very grateful anyway.
Yo, guys, when we don't play for a long time, and then the first practice or the first show, you're like, holy shit. We were like 3 songs in, and then Creech was telling the guitar player, all right, this is the next song. And I would go, whoa.
Seriously, whoa. Wait,
Whoa.
look at that.
We need water. And I didn't know who said it, but I heard someone go, looks like that dude needs to take back his breath. And I was like, that is very funny.
Wow.
It is very funny.
Wow. Yeah.
But because he was right, I was like, I was huffing and puffing, man. Like when you don't, it's been so long, and we've never been off this long. We haven't.
Right.
Even if we're in the studio together, like it's still that same thing, that same energy,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I've always had a thing whenever we have a break, like, I'm not used to like getting up on a stage and screaming my balls off for an hour and a half. So the first couple of shows we play, like, it's like the toughest on my voice. And it's like weird for some reason. After 4 weeks of doing it, it's totally fine and totally easy. But I feel like it's going to feel so weird after a year of not doing that to just get up and do that again. It's going to feel awesome, but I feel like my body's going to be like, what is happening? Why?
Right.
What?
It will.
No,
But I can't wait, man.
Me neither.
no.
Me neither.
I think the audience, your audience, and everybody's going to be excited to see music again, and just that experience. That experience that everyone is missing, that connection. That's a huge part of that. I mean, everyone realizes it already, but when it's taken away or put on pause for a second, you start to even realize more. Like, damn, wow, people and connecting through, so some music. I mean, you guys have been doing it forever. Yeah, the fellowship, exactly. You guys have been doing it for a long time, 20 years. So y'all know, y'all already know.
Yeah, I think when we're actually like connecting with an audience again, it's gonna be, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna be getting like choked up. It's gonna be very emotional.
Right.
Yeah. Man, you don't know what you got till it's gone. Like, I don't think any, who.
Cinderella said it best, man.
Yeah, Tom Kiefer. Right?
Tom Kiefer.
Sean knows I was. That was my '80s. That was my '80s band. Like, I was a big Cinderella fan.
Yeah, catchy songs.
I had a big hiccup at a birthday party when I was about 8. because they said that they were going to play Cinderella, but they couldn't find their tape. And I said, no worries, I'll run home and I'll grab my Cinderella tape. I swear to God this happened. I don't know. So I went home and I got it, and I went back and I put it on, and their mom got very, oh, what is this? And Cinderella tape. This is Cinderella. And,
They were looking for a video.
They were looking for the soundtrack for the Cinderella Disney movie.
Yeah.
Not bad devil's music.
Right. And when they finally figured out, I was very upset that that's what they wanted to listen to it, and not Shake Me. Remember Shake Me?
Yeah. That was the bop, what the kids would say now, right?
A bop, yeah, exactly.
I'm too old for that shit.
A bop, yeah, absolutely.
It slaps, right?
There's a
Lap still works, yeah.
Speaking of the 80s, Mark, because of your earbuds, it kind of looks like you have a little George Michael going on there.
Oh wow.
There's
right.
real
Like
a little
dangly
fancy, dangly earrings. Looks great. It's a good look.
Oh, I thought that like maybe you could have thought like this is like a microphone or whatever.
I mean, that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, that is actually it's not pretty cool, Sean. It's very cool. Get it right, bro.
Nerds.
Yo, when you brought up insult to injury before, Sean, I thought to myself, you might have something going on for yourself, because shit, you're pretty good at that. You're the questions, you know. I feel like that was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
He's natural with it. He's flowing with it.
Trying. It's important, you know.
Yeah.
Speaking of questions, Creech, what were some of your influences growing up? Like, do you have first musical memories or something, like Mark talking about Cinderella and stuff?
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I met the drummer from Cinderella in 2000 in Miami. Was Fred Curry? Fred, yeah, and he was surprised that I knew who the fuck he was. He was like, "You know who the fuck I am?" I'm like, "Yeah, Cinderella, Fred, right?" He's like, I was like, "Yeah." He's like, and I'm with all my friends, and they're all hip hop cats. He's like, "What the fuck? How the fuck do you know who I am?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I know, dude." And I'm talking about Guns N' Roses and L.A. Guns and Faster Pussycat and all that stuff. My first tape I ever bought was Ozzy Osbourne, Bark at the Moon. You know, so that's the first music I ever owned. My biggest influences are probably like Bad Brains, Sly and the Family Stone, Public Enemy. A lot of New York hardcore, a lot of hip hop, a lot of funk. Yeah, like just music. Really, a lot of New York City stuff. A lot of New York. It's like a mixtape in my mind, you know, from all genres of music. But like, you know, he says Cinderella. I know who Cinderella is. Obviously, you know, Guns N' Roses, Metallica. A lot of, you know, thrash, some death metal when I was younger. But you know, the funk, hip hop, hardcore punk are like some of my favorites. Those are like, and jazz too, but those are the staples that I never kind of like deviate from. They always are kind of in the mix always.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why you bring up Chuck D. We were in the same room as Chuck D, this Long Island Music Hall of Fame thing, and he was always the local guy. Like you would hear him driving around in the neighborhood. Like where he grew up was right across the street, basically from where my grandmother's house was. You'd hear, Chuck D was driving around by the park. We saw him. And so we were in the same room. I name checked him in the speech we gave and everything, but I couldn't bring myself to say hello. I was so like intimidated and starstruck by that guy. Like Billy Joel was there. We met him and that was fine. But I'm like, Chuck D's the icon, you know?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, small world.
I met Chuck and I told him, I was like, "You're the reason I do music." He's like, "Okay," and I just like, and I spit a rhyme for him. He's like, "Okay, what do you want to do?" And I'm like, "Nothing. I just want you to know that you inspire people," and that was it for me. And that was it for me. You know, meeting him and telling him that, and then telling HR, like, "Yo, I seen you when I was 15, and you changed my life."
You see Bad Brains at CB's?
I seen Bad Brains at the Lemoores.
Sweet,
I seen
awesome.
Bad Brains at the Lemoores, and I seen them at CB's when it closed in 06. But we played with HR a bunch of times too. But I was fortunate to be in the studio with HR and Angelo Moore from Fishbone when we were on tour with Angelo, and that was like the 15-year-old me was flipping. I was just like, oh shit, I'm in the studio with two dudes I grew up listening to their shit.
Yeah, man, they're icons.
I just felt like shut up and just, just listen. Don't talk too much. Just listen and just absorb and observe. So
yeah, the education you get from just being a fly on the wall with those guys is next level. Amazing.
Serious. And we were like in a van with Angelo for about a couple weeks, so I learned a lot of shit from him too. So
I recently saw a picture of Fat Mike and Angelo Moore together, and
yeah, they got signed.
I was wondering what's that conversation like? Because Fat Mike, like, he looked ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
And quite frankly, so did Angelo Moore. Like, they were both wearing the most ridiculous outfits ever, and I was like, what do these dudes talk about? You know what I mean? Probably the same normal shit as anyone else, but the picture looked funny to me.
I think Fat Mike is producing the new Fishbone album, and they just like signed to his label.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's what they were doing they were doing like the show at his house or something, right? That's why Angelo was there and stuff. Yeah.
We did an album with Adam, what was the guy's name who did all the Fishbone albums?
Lou?
No, he did New Again.
Oh, Dave.
Dave
Kahn.
Dave Kahn.
Oh, I know who Dave Kahn is. Dave Kahn is I feel like Kahn. Is that how you spell it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because he did like them and like also the Bangles.
Oh,
that's
a great though.
like Walk Like an Egyptian. That was him.
Yeah. That's great. He's done more stuff because I know his name. The name like sounds very familiar.
He did
Sublime.
Sublime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney, right?
Paul McCartney.
Ooh. Yeah.
He told us Paul McCartney made him cry. I'm just gonna say it. He told us a story that Paul McCartney made him cry, and I thought it's hard to imagine Paul McCartney making anyone cry. But then I could, if Paul McCartney said anything to me that even remotely hurt my feelings or made me feel small, I would cry. I wouldn't just tear up. I would probably full out man cry. So I get it.
Ugly, weeping. Yeah.
Yeah, like the uncontrollable.
Yeah, your dog died cry.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Your dog died.
That brutal.
That's what it would be. Because I remember when my dog died, and I did do that cry. I couldn't stop it. I was like, please stop. And it was just no controlling it.
Yeah, I did the same.
Yeah.
It's universal.
Yeah.
How are you guys excited about, like, I mean, obviously you guys are excited about getting back to performing and stuff. Are you guys excited about working on a new record and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we can't wait. It's like tough. There's like I've always wished that we lived in one place still, but then like now more than ever, I really wish that, we were just all in a closer proximity, because then we could have been, it just would have been easier to be working towards that, rather than just trying to figure out a time when it was safe to all travel so far.
Right.
That's something that I think about literally daily. Maybe like just I do wish that.
Yeah, I wish we had like a headquarters, like the Bat Cave, and then it just with like a crazy setup. Like there's Jim Atkins, I guess, from Jimmy World has been doing like this podcast thing, and his is way more pro than ours, by the way. And then, but he like
John's is more pro than ours.
Oh yeah, the one with all his Charlotte friends.
Yeah, except for you.
Yeah. But there's he had so anyways, I like watched an episode or two of that, and they have like a place there in Arizona where they're all from, because they still all live near one another. So then they have just like a headquarters, to where they go, and I miss having that, like having like a rehearsal space even would be so dope. But
right,
things to think about.
I get it. I definitely get it. I want to actually ask you guys a couple questions if it's cool.
Yeah, man. Keep it going.
Yeah, like Adam, what inspired you to start swinging a mic like that?
Oh, well, there's a I was originally the bass player, and then so like I was so nervous, and then I'm sure you know the feeling too, just not having anything to
like,
hide behind.
right.
And then so and I was a huge fan of At the Drive-In.
Okay,
And
yeah.
then
Oh, yeah,
and
right. Okay.
yeah, and then like I had watched him do it so much, and then so it's just kind of started as just from watching him. He has a much more like a whole nother thing that he does. It's kind of like this otherworldly thing that he can do with his body and the microphone. But then so that's what why I've started doing it. And then it became like a, you know, it's kind of like a party trick. And then now
Right.
it's like if I don't do it, people are
Upset.
all like go online and they'll be like, oh, he didn't throw it around at all. I'll be like, all right, I'll just do that. Yeah.
Well,
So,
that's usually because the stage is too small. You don't want to whack me in the face. Like Adam did swing the mic. There was no room. He knocked my teeth out.
yeah. Yeah.
Which I've
that's
seen happen.
Exactly.
Which
What.
And man, there was one time where I told you I saw it. What happened one time? Where it hit one side of your head, Sean, and bam.
Oh,
and then I saw it go
boop.
around Adam and then go wham on your other side.
I don't know. I don't remember. I might have been knocked so silly.
That's
I can't
what I called
remember.
the that's what I call the double tap.
Double tap. You just got double tapped.
Sorry about
you know
that,
what though,
Sean.
man? When I look at you do all that, Adam, I feel like, you know, you're doing it because just what you do. You're not doing it. You know what I mean? It is a natural thing that, you know, like sometimes I'll see you do a move to where I'm like, I don't know what that move was or why it looked cool, because
It's my
insane.
it's my strong male essence that's drawing you in, Mark.
Yeah, well, yo,
That's
I'll
all
tell
magnetism.
You, there's a couple of things. So I'm like, if he didn't do that with 100% confidence like he did, it would have been very bad. But it was, and because it was 100% confidence, it was sick. So
It's gonna be interesting once we're able to play shows again, if I can still do it. I mean, I haven't even tried in so long.
Like riding a bike, baby.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never swung a mic. I can't do that shit.
And
Hey, yo.
Oh,
You should try it. Like maybe it's something you could look into. Me
Yeah.
too. Like during the acoustic song or something. Like we usually walk off stage, like maybe me and you could.
That's
Oh,
good.
you guys could come up with like a whole routine.
Right, like we'll get like lights or whatever. You know,
Cheerleaders.
It
Yeah.
could be like a whole thing.
Ooh, I would like to do a tiki dance.
Yes, see, that's
Like
what I'm
Red a
saying. Like,
luau.
we could start like shooting off ideas like that and come up with something really cool.
Those guys with the fire.
Good stuff. This is all good stuff.
What's it called? Like when you go underneath the thing when you're at a
Limbo.
Limbo.
I could do that.
How low can you go?
Right.
So you guys are
Pretty-
basically just saying you're going to have like a luau behind the acoustic performance. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Derek loves a tiki bar.
That's right. It'll really bring out the true essence of, I think, what our songs are and what we've been going for all these years is we're playing a really slow, gentle acoustic ballad, and then Mark and Sean are behind us.
With fire.
Right.
Yeah.
The only reason I wouldn't do that is because I wouldn't want the show to get too sexy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. We do run that risk.
Good point.
It's high risk, but we'll see.
Okay.
What keeps?
I was gonna ask you guys. I don't want to turn to me interviewing you guys, but I just want to ask.
No, it's great.
I got all y'all here. What keeps y'all inspired all together? As far as 20 years, y'all been playing together, still the trials and tribulations and stuff you've been through, and still to like play. Seeing people grow up to your music, and to have that, to still get up and be like, oh, we're grateful to be here, and Like I seen you guys perform, and I see y'all give everything you got. What keeps y'all inspired? And y'all can answer that. You know.
Well, I would say, or like just, I'll go first. Maybe we could go around the room. But there's like something. This is all we've ever wanted to do, and we just all love it and believe in it so much that to be able to, even after all this time, to like go out and like see people, to be able to see people getting lost in it just as we're getting lost in it. You know, there's just no better feeling than that. And even this whole year, like I feel like there's been a big hole, you know, there's a big thing missing, and that's one of the things. So Sean, what about you?
I think we haven't written our best song yet. I think
Oh, that, yeah.
I think we've scratched at our potential. As I itch my nose, that's weird. Uh, but I think we've touched on our potential, but we haven't reached it or exceeded it yet. So I think there's a lot more work to do. Just I feel that internally. So like I want to get in the room. I want to write songs. I want to play these songs more. I don't think enough people have heard them. I don't think we've hit critical mass yet. 20 years in, like I still have that drive for whatever reason. And maybe it's real. And maybe it's just perceived in my own head. But I got more stuff in the basement, like Rocky would say.
Gotcha. I got you.
Is that what Rocky says?
Yeah. I got some stuff in the
To the
basement.
basement.
John, you want to go? Or you?
Yeah, I mean, like when I look at bands that have been around like a lot longer than us, like a band like Pearl Jam, or especially something like the Rolling Stones or Bob Dylan, you know, people that make it look like we haven't been doing this hardly any time at all. That's really inspiring to me, and it also makes me feel like when you think about that. How much more the Rolling Stones had ahead of them after 20 years in their career. It's not like they were just like coasting and kind of like playing a handful of their greatest hits, and like they were, you know, they were going strong and making
3-hour shows and stuff, like
yeah, and making great records still, and like and I feel like bands like that, the reason they're doing it is just because that's what they do. That's just they love doing it, so they keep doing it. And I feel like we have a similar mentality, and seeing those bands continue like that inspires me to, like, you know, feel like it is possible to do it and do it well for 40 plus years.
Yeah. Everything that you guys just said is part of it. And then another thing too is even the live show. Like every show that we play, no matter what, there's always those nerves going. Like every single show, no matter how long we've been doing it, we get that thing going no matter what. Even Creech, when I played with you the other day, there was no way that I wasn't going to do it right and do it well and make sure it was right. And that's the way all three of them are. And it's hard to find that. And when you find that with a group of guys, that's a fucking special thing. And to this day, I feel like that's how every single show is. You know
if you're going to phone it in, why bother showing up?
Yeah, what the fuck? Why are we here, you know?
Stay home. Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because there's someone else that wants it.
100%. 100%. Yep.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I also think with the shows thing, like I always felt like it could go away at any minute. And like I've talked about in previous podcasts, like we thought it'd just be for lack of people caring about our band anymore. We didn't think global pandemic would ruin everything. But yeah, it was like always that feeling like, is this the last one? Is this the last one? I don't want it to be, but if it is, like, let's make it right.
That's
shit. And we've talked to people to where they've ignorantly been saying like, no, like they've had that total opposite mindset to where they're like, no, we're that good. This is gonna keep on. We're gonna be around for a long time. We're gonna do it the way we, you know.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna call anybody out or whatever band, but like there is a lot of that to where people just think I'm here for a reason, and it will never go away, and that is so wrong.
Yeah, I'm an extra special boy that I don't have to care about my job.
Right. And that is, nothing could be further from the truth. So that's how you have to go into it, just knowing it could be gone any second. We've been terrified that we're not going to have a career for 20 years.
There's something broken in us in that way, but it's worked out.
Still worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since I was 18 years old, that's just a fear I live with.
Well, I mean, you know, the thing is too, like, give your supporters deserve 100%, and you deserve 100%.
Yeah.
All of y'all, you know, you come this far. I mean, that's the same. My mentality is like, if I die tomorrow, if you see me perform, I want you to know I gave everything I had.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Everything I had, regardless of technical, whatever. I
100%.
want you to know I gave everything I had for that show. Maybe the next one will be better, but I know I gave everything. I left it on the floor. So it's great to hear other people, you know, and especially you guys say basically the same thing, like giving 100% all the time.
Yo, when we met, Creech and I met at a Jizza show at the Band Skate Park in Brooklyn, right?
Yep.
And we were shooting the shit, and then you showed me a video of your live show, and then that was what I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, the energy is fucking insane. That's really what made me interested in you guys is your live performance.
No, I appreciate it. I mean, that's why I was like, well, let me play your song. I said, nah, you know what? I'm gonna show you a video of us playing. Because it doesn't, you can hear a song and you're like, oh, it's cool, it's good. But if you see it, you can capture kind of like, we're not playing. We're like, we're giving it everything we got. And if that's going to be our best, to me, that's always our best calling card. You know, the album sounds, you know, wonderful, but seeing us live is like, that's it. That's the stamp. That's the extra.
Yeah.
You know.
The live show shows the full picture of the energy, all of you guys combined, what you make to make the bigger product, and then the music that they hear can translate after that. Like it's a whole thing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the crazy thing, I mean, it's like the majority of the songs we play, we play them out before we record them. So like we really, we just, you know, we don't tell people that they're new songs all the time. We just play, you know, with our songs we have, and then we gauge how the response is, and we're like, okay, this could be worked on, this should be taken away, or, you know, so we kind of know, we get an idea of what works. It makes it, and then we know live it's not going to be a problem because we've already tested it. And then when we go in the studio, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, that's something that we've talked about doing more of. We haven't really done very much of playing songs before they're released, but I think this time around we would, we talked about trying to maybe do like a tour where it's about trying out songs before they're recorded, which I think would be cool.
Me too. We should do that.
Take their phone so they don't record them, so you don't.
Right, that's the problem.
Yeah, you don't be like, oh, the new song is out on video, but that's
Well, and then too, if the song's in process and like not quite what
exactly,
and then like a video of it gets out and people have an idea that's maybe not what's accurate, that would be a problem too. But
I could be wrong. We're getting old, so I don't know how many of our fans would actually go on YouTube and find new songs and stuff, like percentage wise, to like really track it down. Like you're hitting 35, 40 plus years old. Like I don't know. I'm not looking at bands' new songs online. Like even if it's Guns N' Roses or something, like I'll hear it when it comes out.
Yeah,
this is true. But you know, a lot of stuff on it, like internet now, like as far as Instagram, somebody goes, oh, they did a show. What song is that? I don't know that song. This must be a new song. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't put anything past anyone anymore. In considering all that, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like some people do the thing where they guess everybody hands their phone over at the door, right? And it's like sealed up in a plastic bag, and they get it when it's over. Dave
Chappelle did that. I went to see him at Radio City.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, give your phone. I was like, give your fucking phone. What are we doing here? And it's like, nah, dude, you're not coming in here with a phone about to record this and put this on the internet. This is coming out on a series, and if you want to get in here, I don't care who you are, you're gonna have to give your phone. And that's it. Was
makes sense.
Yeah, they did that. They did that at the Comedy Cellar. It wasn't locked away in like the fancy bag like I know Chappelle had. They just had like a little sealed up envelope. He had to put it in and keep. My wife was like, seriously? I got kids at home. I'm like, put the phone away. It's gonna be all right.
That's what I was like, no, but what if my children call? I'm like, dude, I can't. They're like, listen, figure it out. It's an hour, it's 2 hours. You'll be all right.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
Chappelle, it's very easy. I could give that up.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was definitely
yeah.
good. It was definitely
Yeah,
good.
there's something so amazing about that too, because then like all of a sudden everyone in the audience is just in that moment, you know, you're all in it together, which I think increasingly these days that's like hard to do, just because everyone's so attached to their phone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's like I think that's a great thing. I think that should just be like a blanket policy, because also especially when you're at a show, there's nothing worse than standing behind, you know, like a sea of cell phones filming the thing that they're watching.
I mean, yeah,
It doesn't really make that much sense.
I mean, it's the
Yeah, because the
experience
videos
now.
never come out good.
Or like I get it if you want to get a picture and go like, hey, look where I am, I'm really cool, I'm at the blah blah blah, real quick. But like then you see the guy that's just like, dude, you've been standing there for a fucking half hour looking at this. Put the fucking phone down, you loser, and enjoy the show. What is wrong with you?
The flip side is, right, someone sees the video that someone filmed. Maybe they didn't film the whole. Of course, you don't want the whole set. Maybe they filmed a little bit of a song. They share it, and someone who never heard of this or that, they like, oh wow, how many things are going viral because someone shared it.
Yeah.
You know, someone's like, oh, the dude, like the guy on a skateboard that's doing that. You know, the dog. He's doing that. What was the song he was singing? You guys seen that? He's like,
Oh, the Fleetwood Mac
yeah,
song, with the cranberry juice.
Mac, yeah.
Exactly. That's he's viral now. He's like doing all kind of stuff, and if you know they didn't even share that, I mean, it's different. It's not a show, but you know, it's the internet is weird. It's tricky. Obviously, you know, we definitely old enough to be at a point where there was, you know, you didn't bring a phone to a show and film, but like, you know, I used to remember numbers in my head and have like numbers written down in my phone, in my notebook, and now I don't do that anymore. You know, if I lose my phone, a lot of numbers I don't know anymore. I'm like, what's that? Who's, you know? So
it's like, well, I know there's a 2 in it.
Exactly. Gotta call 9, maybe a 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I can call Mark's parents' house their old phone number. I remember all like the numbers I had to memorize as a kid. They're still stuck in there. They're useless. No one has those numbers anymore.
But
they're there.
Those are the numbers you had. Like you knew. I still have some embedded in my brain, and people have had their number for a while. But then others, almost like sometimes I remember my own number. I'm like, what is that again? So I gotta write it down. It's just weird.
Yeah, all my old notebooks I've kept from like the early Taking Back Sunday days, and all of them in the backs of it is a list of people's phone numbers,
and
then like even sometimes like directions like to people's houses and stuff, like
before GPS
stuff that you take for granted now, but it needed to be written down and accessible.
Absolutely,
and that was how I did it.
Do you have any like sad notes when someone hurt your feelings, like a girlfriend or something? Like,
yeah, those are those are the songs.
Oh yeah, so last summer.
That's most of the notebook.
The thoughts. Absolutely.
But man, I was talking to my mom about the cranberry juice, dude, and she was like, you know, I like the video, but I don't understand what's so special about it. And I was like, what's so special about it, Mom, is that this is the worst. Everything is the worst, and that guy is just a little fucking glimpse of happiness and positivity for the world to see. That's what's so special about it. And what he did, he took a fucking like, it's just perfect. I don't know. I love it.
It was crazy because I guess because I read this article about it, and then apparently like his truck had broken down, but then like after he went viral and all that, like the Ocean Spray, like the CEO or something, bought him a new truck. And so now
awesome.
Just
to get to work, right?
Out in the world.
To get to work, he was skating, so he didn't like miss work or something like that. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it is shit like that. When you see it, you're like, man, you know, everyone's the worst, but not really. You know, they're good people
That is
doing
the
good
worst
things. You know.
There's
Oh, man.
little pockets of sunshine here and there.
That's right.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, dude, if your family's healthy, you're alive, and your loved one's okay, when you times like this, you appreciate it more. You know,
Yeah.
times
Yeah.
that everything is stuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not ideal for everyone, but like, sheesh, if your family's all right, you have a place to live, you have food to eat, and you're happy. You're not, you know, maybe you're happy, but you know, it just puts things in perspective. At least that's how I look at it. That's just my mindset. I just look at it like, you know what, my family's healthy, my children okay, I have a place to live. It's all right. It's not, you know, it's not perfect for me, but it's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, things
Yeah.
could be worse.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or,
How
I think I would do better to remind myself of that more. So
yeah.
I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna take that with me today.
Mhm.
Right
Yo,
on.
let's end it here. Let's end it right there on a positive note like that. Right? How
Yeah.
far are we in this?
I don't know. I can't keep track of this thing.
We're
Like 30 minutes?
30.
30? Nice. So, Creech, what's coming up next? Do you guys have any more shows planned for Bushwick, or, you know, you guys writing more? What's up?
We always writing. We got almost like another album written. We write all the time. I mean, yeah, we got a lot of stuff written. But we're gonna see how the lockdown happens. Like, we, you know, because they're saying
Yeah.
it's spiking, so they might put the city on lockdown. We might have some more shows going on. I don't know. I think, like, you know, I don't know, videos. You gotta ask tomorrow. We're gonna have some videos or some stuff. We got a lot of stuff working though. But as far
Excellent.
as performing, I mean, we did a couple of virtual festivals. We did Afro Punk. We did this other festival. So we've done you know, I don't know. We did about 15 performances since the record came out. So I mean, whatever, man. I don't. I'm always willing to perform if the weather is at least decent. We get 50 degrees weather, 55. I'm like, let's go, let's do it. But no, sir, and it's crazy. Literally, because yes, I think Sunday was like 50 something,
Yeah.
and the week before it was like 70. And we're like, oh, we're definitely like even this week. Like this week is gonna be like 57, and people hit me up like, yo, is a show? And I'm like, nah, maybe this week people should stay with their family or do whatever they're doing. And if next week rolls around and Saturday or Sunday it's like 55, no rain, you never know what happens. You never, and there's no spike because regardless of, you know, not just being selfish for us to be able to perform, we don't want to like put people at risk. You know, I don't want to be, you know, that's why like people have been telling us, oh, you guys want to do this at a warehouse? I'm like, no, dude. In the streets is much better because people can socially distance. They can stay away from each other. If they want to mosh, they can put a mask on. They can do whatever they want to do. But we definitely tell people, please don't come without a mask. You know, just make sure we do this the right way. So we don't, not just for backlash, just to be responsible, man. Because it's kind of whack to just be like, you know, selfish. Everyone wants to play. You know, everyone wants to play. What makes us different? Just because we took the initiative to do it and we can, that doesn't. I don't want to be a jerk in a mix of doing it. So sorry, be long-winded, but
Yeah.
as far as we working on stuff. When it opens up, hopefully to be on tour and not just doing pop-ups. But you know, if March comes, mid-March comes, and it's not open up, but the weather's nice again, we'll be there. We'll be hitting the ground running, man. We'll be playing a lot of shows.
Excellent, man. And what are all the Rebelmatic socials? We'll put links at the bottom so they can hear it now.
Yeah, Rebelmatic, NYC, almost everything. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, redrightrecordings.com. Pick up our vinyl. I don't even have, well, I have the vinyl here somewhere, but you know, yeah, it's all Rebelmatic NYC.
All right, man. Thank you so much for joining us. There it is.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Creech,
Appreciate y'all
Rebelmatic,
coming on.
Ghost in the Shadows out now. Everyone should listen to it. It's a great record. So thank you guys. Thanks to everybody. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Appreciate you guys. Bye, guys.
Appreciate you.
See ya.
Later.
Thanks.
Bye. Later.